Hello again, and thanks for tuning in. Welcome to another installment in my little mini series on tying flies the simple way. And up to now I've been concentrating on subsurface flies, so there's a change of tack today insofar as I'm going to talk about floating flies. And today I'm going to tie an emerging pattern, what's known as an emerger. As the name implies, it's at the fly at the point where it's emerging from its watery life cycle into when it hatches out and into the air, basically when it becomes landborne. And an emerger is a simple fly to tie, just like any other fly. You can make it as technical and as difficult as you like, but keeping it simple works for me. So stay tuned. Now, the tying of the emerger. Now I'm going to use, for the most part, materials that you should be already familiar with if you watched the previous videos. I'm going to tie it with a size 8 black thread. The hook I'm using here is a size 18, which, as I've already said, approximates to the size typically of most of the flies on my local river. Small is the secret, really. The flies typically range in size from size 14 to 20, but the most common sizes being 16 and 18. In this case I'm going to tie this on a size 18. And besides the thread, I'm going to use the hare's ear, as already explained in the other videos and already used in the other videos, and a bit of gold wire. The only new material I'm going to use is this hair. These are duck preen gland feathers, also known as CDC, and they're available from any supplier of fly tying materials, and they have a natural oil in them as they come from the preen gland of a duck, and they float very well. So to make a start, none of the techniques I'm going to use here are new. They're all in the previous videos. Very simple, very simple process. I'm going to just lay down a bed of black tying thread or silk. We're going to go all the way back and right around the bend of the hook, where I'm going to tie in the gold wire, and we tie that down securely and back down again. Now we're going to use the dubbing technique, as I've already explained. One direction only. People have a tendency to roll it on and off at the same time, so just one direction only. So we put on a nice little thin rope of CDC. Now it's about approximately 2.5 inches long, and we create a body in touching turns. We come up along the hook approximately. I'm guilty now of having put on a little bit too much dubbing, but fortunately this stuff is easy to remove. Now I'm approximately 2/3 of the way along the hook shank. Now I'm going to use my gold wire to create a segmented body effect by open turns. Five or six open turns creates the segmented effect. And we tie in our wire just there. So thus far it's a very simple process. Now the next thing is the preen gland feathers, the CDC. You get a bunch of them, 3 or 4 generally. Have 1, 2, and we'll find another here now. There we are. So I have 3 of them, and I just create a little bunch, just like that, and I tie them in just there. 5 or 6 tight turns just to make sure they don't escape. And we cut off the waist here. Now what we do is we pin them back and we tie it on top of them just like that. And at this point we're going to put on another little bit of dubbing. Now what you can do is you can use the hare's ear again, or you can use maybe a different colour, such as I'll use just a little bit of red dubbing here, just to show you the difference. So a little bit of red, and your imagination is the only thing that will limit you fly tying. So there we are, here's a little bit of red, and we go right behind the eye now, and then we put our CDC forward and tie it in. There we are, and then pull it again and just right behind the eye, and we do our whip finish. Five or six turn whip finish, and that's your emerging fly. It's the fly in the process of hatching from its larval nymphal stage into the adult stage, and this will represent the fly in the process of hatching. And this part, the body part, will hang just subsurface and is suspended by the CDC, and I find this to be a very, I might say, extremely effective fly during any hatch of small upwinged flies, i.e. blooming olives, iron blues, spur wings, any of those. All you do is just, the hare's ear is particularly effective to represent any of them, and you can just vary the thorax colour. I've used red in this case. You can use any colour you like, and give it a try. I think you'll be impressed. Thanks for watching once again, and go dtí an céad uair eile be mé a chainte ríis libh sná an go fóill.